Okay, so for those of you who are still a tiny bit confused, and since other channels have been doing Hawaiian shirt videos within the last month or so, this will not be the comprehensive Hawaiian shirt video of your dreams. That might be the next one or a couple in the future, even though summer's already begun and the 4th of July has already happened. I just don't feel like it. I have a lot of shirts that are in a bin and I don't want to go to them right now. But since we were doing nautical theme, I'm sticking with the nautical theme, and so we will touch on the Hawaiian theme. But also we want to reiterate, what is a camp shirt. Here's a perfectly good example of like a mountain colored camp shirt. This would not be a nautical theme. Here we have the button at the top instead of the spread collar or the open collar, however you want to call that. But, we're basically talking short sleeves, plaid or stripes, a lightweight material, sometimes a seersucker. Here's a newer one with a less noisy bag that I just got. This, you could almost pass this off as nautical because it has a little bit of the steel gray blue in it. If you were really, really, really trying to wear it with khakis and insist that it's a boaty shirt instead of a mountain shirt, I won't argue with you. Whereas this, on the other hand, is a total mountain shirt, but has green and tan in it, so you can wear it with green pants or tan pants, and that makes it nice and good for 3 seasons, because you can wear this a bit in spring, but still a bit in autumn, even though, like I said, I usually wear more green in spring, more brown in autumn. This can blend because you've got that kind of late summer bleeding into autumn vibe before you start bringing out your super autumn stuff. Similarly, I might have mentioned this in a previous video, I don't remember, yellow, again, late summer, autumn, total autumn. This one a little bean, of course, again with the button all the way to the top. And again, we're looking for, in this case, a hem that is meant to be tucked in instead of left out, but I think this one not quite as curved as a typical office shirt, so you can still get away with it out. But again, we're typically looking for a square hem if we're wearing the shirt untucked. So that wasn't necessarily maybe the best example. This one isn't either. This one, on the other hand, yeah, it's got a little bit of sky blue in it that's almost a teal. So some people might say, well, that's still nautical, but here we got orange and brown, which is almost completely not nautical and definitely more mountain. And this one, this is a Duluth one. I forget if I showed this one before. Here we've got a fair amount of white in it, so it's still a pretty good summery color. And it's still got orange in it, but it could still pass as nautical. But here mostly it's Duluth trying to make a shirt that looks like a more expensive category of shirt and not quite making it. It still has a very casual vibe. It has the button-down collar, which like I said, typically I prefer, because I don't like it when the collars are kind of going all kind of screwy on me, but it's still too thin of a collar to wear with any kind of a tie. So just a very lightweight, breathable kind of fabric, or meant to be. Not quite as lightweight as the previous one. Whereas here, a much nicer looking shirt than like the last 2 or 3. Here we've got very soft brown and a very light blue. So a little bit more nautical, a little more refined looking. We don't have a button down collar, but we do still have the top button. So again, we're dealing with camp shirts that are kind of confusing because they can't make up their mind if they want to be office casual shirts or total casual shirts, I guess. This would be a perfectly good office casual shirt, whereas obviously, like I said, these two, the colors are maybe a little brash to wear to work, unless you work in, some outdoorsy kind of job. And of course, now here we have kind of a 4th of July, a little more texture to the thing. Still got the button up here, but no button down collar. We got kind of an indigo red contrast thing going on. I got this to be red, white, and blue for the 4th of July and then didn't end up wearing it. But it does match those trousers that I showed in the video 1 or 2 back. where it had the kind of open weave linen kind of thing going on. And this is 100% cotton, but it does have a kind of a linen look to it. So there you go. And then, of course, I don't think I got to this before. Of course, the madras. This is a very inexpensive version of a madras. This will always pass for nautical, even though technically it's not nautical, it's Indian, whatever. But it's definitely got that whole East Coast vibe thing going on, and you can get a much nicer version. And this might be a nicer version. It's similar. I'm not sure if it, yeah, this is a patchwork as well. I think this is a cotton, yeah, cotton patchwork, but in kind of, pastel-y seacoast colors again. And of course, finally, the spread collar that I've been waiting for, the LL Bean Tropic Weight shirt. Unfortunately, I do have this in a couple colors. The fabric, though, I don't like the feel of it so much. I thought it would be the ultimate shirt when I got them way back when, and it was always kind of like, you kind of got to wear a t-shirt underneath it, which kind of defeats the purpose of the wind going through the lighter weight fabric. It does have kind of a slimier feel, but blue on blue. But here we are, it's an Mayan motif or something, so it's not technically Hawaiian, but it, is a print shirt instead of a plaid shirt. So we're getting into that Hawaiian vibe, but I'd say this still appropriate for office casual because it has a nice subtle design and not vacation wear. Now here we have, a much more bold, a much more definitely Hawaiian, a much definitely the office party instead of, a daily office kind of look. And I forget if this is a special dye job. There's a tag that explains these things that I never read. But you can definitely see there's a difference between, the boldness of this and the kind of mellowness of this pattern. And here again, we do have the button all the way to the top, though, which I don't know why they do that with a shirt that is clearly not meant to be a business shirt. And here's a similar kind of thing from the same company in a noisy bag again. And then I'll get around to wearing one of these days. Oh yeah, this one's extra large, so I must have just bought this last year and didn't wear it. And then, of course, another one I just got. Very Hawaiian print, very. So again, not really office casual, borderline nautical, because here we're at least back to the blue and white motif, whereas those other two were like super loud, more beach than boat. Here's where we start to get into that gray area where it is Hawaiian, but it's also nautical. And I think I mentioned this in a previous one. Almost anything with fish, right? Here's swordfish, marlin or whatever, right on it. And this one came from Eddie Bauer and is a size too small. And I will take this opportunity to complain about Eddie Bauer because their traditional fit or whatever, their relaxed fit is not too bad, but their classic fit is definitely too freaking small. So I need a bigger one of this rather than torture you all trying to show you. But it is a nice lightweight. Forget if this is linen. I don't know if it's linen or cotton. Doesn't matter. But anyway, it's the exact perfect fabric that I want for this time of the year, and I can't wear it because it sticks to my body like an orca that's been rolled up on the shore and somebody covered it with a tarp or something. Then similarly, here we got nautical stuff for days all over. Here we got more swordfish. I didn't really want to unfold the whole thing, but here we got a fishing boat and a compass and some watery looking designs. I'm not really sure, fish hooks or something. Anyway, so this is the kind of thing that it's nautical, but it's Hawaiian print because it's not really Hawaiian. It's boats. So it's sort of Hawaiian, but it's also sort of Florida. So you can kind of get away with this and call it nautical, even though it's meant to be Hawaiian. And here, an even more extreme version. Again, I wouldn't wear this to work unless I work on a charter boat, in which case, all aboard, or ahoy, or whatever you want to say. Then similarly now here, though, on the other hand, I got a couple of these. Very Hawaiian, but it's meant to be a throwback to World War II. It's upside down. So it's got fighter planes on it instead of hibiscus. Well, it says hibiscus plants, but instead of surfer dudes, it's got Corsairs or whatever, and P-38s, I think. So you can find this kind of thing, and again, definitely not really nautical though. Definitely more, again, with the spread collar too. So not really office appropriate unless your office is an airplane hangar. So there's rules, right? Rules and regulations. And here's a really nice one, Rain Spooner. I've been meaning to get a couple more of there. So here we go, upside down again. It definitely has boats all over it. Definitely a brand known for doing boaty kind of stuff. This one has a picture of a hula girl or something on the tag here, but then the shirt itself is definitely nautical more than tropical. So you can wear this and call it nautical all day long. And if anybody tries to argue with you, you can say, look, it has anchors and boats. Like, how much more boaty does it need to be nautical? It's anchors and boats, but it doesn't have any fish. At least I don't think so. It's got a compass wheel there and some rope and some signal flags. Definitely nautical. Definitely a winner. All right. And we got a shorter video for today then, so you can all watch it and not complain that I talked for 30 minutes. And hopefully the intro and outro thing will work.